Hello, welcome back to Marvel Puzzle Quest with me, P.I. McLeod, and we're sitting here at day 4057. Just want to, quick shout out to Chillhop Radio on Twitch. Love their lo-fi beats on the background, and we'll continue to keep using them as long as they keep staying this cool. So thank you very much for that. So moving on, we have, Luna Snow's in the game. We're here for the crash today, but let's drop by real quick and just see what she's up to. So she comes basically from the Rivals game, hence the undertone, Rivals underneath her. Yes, she's had, I guess, some sort of comic affiliation here or there. Can I be honest? She felt like she was the obligatory ice character they needed to add to Marvel Rivals just to have someone cover that stereotypical element. Am I wrong? I mean, I guess you have to have an ice or frozen or cold character in a video game that has elements. You've got a fire person, a lightning person, someone for tanky damage, etc., right? So you need an ice person, so they had to find one. Now, why not Iceman? Your guess is as good as mine. Don't know. Feel like that would have been a really good place for him, but here we are. Luna Snow comes in with 3 abilities, like most characters, and then some. We have passives and stuff. It's what to be expected nowadays, right? I think it's pretty much it. I think Venomsaurus Rex was the last person I could think of. There might be another one after that, but when I think of someone with just 3 characters, 3 powers, no passives. Luna Snow comes in with Light Ice, passive stating that at the start of Luna Snow's turn to lock a random basic tile. That's a little bit of contention there. What I mean by that is, if you've been within the community of Marvel Puzzle Quest for some time, most people that I've seen, longtime players that is, hate locked tiles. Doesn't bother me one bit. I mean, pay attention to the board. But usually the argument is that if you have locked tiles, that removes options from what you can move, which is kind of the whole point of them. But because it's removing options, it makes your turn slower because now you have to study the board just a millisecond longer, just a little longer to say, oh, I can't match that. That looks matchable, but it's not because there's a locked tile involved. So it makes things just a hair slower. And I mean, to be fair, the point is that usually we play these games to be as optimal as possible. Faster runs, less turns taken, less matches moved, less board shake, just run in passive hits, get through the fight as fast as possible. Not because it's boring, but because that's kind of human nature. We're trying to be optimal here. I mean, the term DPS, or damage per second, became invented, so to speak, by gamer culture because we're literally managing how much damage we can put out per second. Not because it's a better number, but it's literally just our nature to be quicker, faster, stronger at all times. If you've got something that spits out a ton of damage all the time, but the damage is minuscule, it doesn't really mean a thing if you have something that spits out a bit more damage at a lesser interval, but the damage per second is actually equal. Whatever, math, you get it. The maths, you get it. You understand how it works. So if you like lock tiles, this will probably be up your alley, but most people aren't going to like this. I kind of fit into the other. I like interesting mechanics. I like to put together interesting teams. I look at this and I immediately think, oh wow, someone that Quicksilver can get along with. Invisible Woman might be able to get along with them. Maybe. So anyways, Light Ice. Heal the ally for 5 yellow. Heal the ally with the lowest health for 806 health. Well, this is base level, so take that number into consideration. And lock 4 random non-friendly tiles. Then repeat the heal for every 4 locked tiles on the board. It's cheap, and it puts a lot of locks out there. And if you remember, Quicksilver only needs 4 locked tiles to do his thing. Now, if I remember correctly, they had to be locked. I think he made locked team-ups. So with that being said, does his power require locked team-ups? You know what? Let's take a look real quick. I think it's worth a mention, right? I don't remember if I ascended him. I think I ascended him. Let's see, 4-star. blue, green, black. There it is. Okay. Supersonic. Whenever it makes a blue magic, lock a random team up tile. If there are at least 4 locked team up tiles, so they have to be team up tiles that are locked in order for this to do its thing, which is a passive team hit by getting rid of 4 locked team up tiles. So, back to Luna Snow. This just makes here. Lock 4 random non-friendly tiles. So it's talking about enemy tiles if they exist, and if there aren't enemy tiles, obviously you could guess from there, but I don't think this is ever going to really hit team up tiles, because team up tiles really don't fall into those categories that are covered within. Maybe it can randomly if it runs out of enemy tiles, maybe it just randomly smatters the locks on the rest of them. I don't really know that quite yet, but if I find out and I find out to have it work really well for you, hey, I'll let everyone know. Absolute 0. For 6 blue, well, let's look at the passive. That's more fun. Whenever Luna Snow unlocks 1 or more tiles, which is usually done by, matching it, gain 1 blue, and let's pump it up, right? Okay, gain 1 blue and deal some damage for each tile unlocked. If there are 7 or more locked tiles on the board, ooh, Quicksilver would help with this, making locked tiles passively by matching blues. Anyways. 7 locked tiles on the board, and you have 9 or more blue AP. This becomes absolute sensation. Or 5-star Phoenix. Not Phoenix, I'm sorry. 5-star Jubilee Phoenix. It's kind of who I was thinking of. So Jubilee starts the match with a bunch of locked tiles. Her locked little repeaters, right? So that could work. In this passive states, when absolute sensation, whenever Luna Snow unlocks 1 or more tiles, deal team damage for each tile unlocked. If there are less than 7 locked tiles on the board, or you have less than 9 blue AP, this becomes absolute 0. That's pretty cool. I like that. So you want to have that blue AP to get that passive turned into that, but I guess if you want to spend it, here's what you spend it on. Absolute 0 for 6 blue says stun the target for 3 turns and lock 2 random non-friendly tiles. Again, probably not going to hit team ups that often. Then convert those tiles and 2 adjacent tiles to blue. Convert those tiles and 2 adjacent tiles to blue. Hold up. Math. So if you're locking the non-friendly tiles you targeted with this, right? 2 random non-friendly tiles. Those get turned to blue, and adjacent tiles get turned to blue. Adjacent means next to them. There's a chance you can make random matches or set you up for blue matches, which is what Quicksilver wants to make locked team-up tiles. This actually plays into that. If you've got an Ascended Quicksilver, this could help and play into her ability. Because remember, whenever Luna Snow unlocks 1 or more tiles, you get a blue AP. Anyways, oh yeah, and of course making blue matches makes Quicksilver do his thing more for more team damage. Anyways, so for 9 blue, fully destroy all locked tiles. Jubilee Phoenix is looking at that one interestingly. Destroy tiles do not generate AP, and deal team damage. Then for every 3 locked tiles destroyed, deal an extra team hit. There's some things here. So what? Jubilee Phoenix, Luna Snow, and Quicksilver? Is that a team? I will be playing around with this just to figure it out. Dark Ice. Passive states, whenever Luna Snow makes a match, let's pump it up, come on. Whenever Luna Snow makes a match, so she's got to tank it. I don't know if that's going to happen with Jubilee Phoenix around, but we'll see. Make a match, lock a random surrounding non-friendly tile. Okay. I wonder, again, if it's going to hit team up or not. I mean, it's not a friendly, so maybe. Let's figure it out. For active, for 5. Okay, these powers are cheap. You want to note that real quick? Yellow is 5, red is 5, blue is 6, and then if it got turned into the other one, blue is 9. But let's be fair, holding onto the blue AP is what she seems to like to do more often. Lock a chosen tile. A chosen tile? Any tile you want. Okay, noted. And 4 other random non-friendly tiles and deal some damage. Increased by 25% for every locked tile on the board. I think that team sounds better and better. The catch will be putting on supports to make them start with AP they desire real fast to get them rolling, right? I think so. Jubilee will probably be doing all your heavy hitting, but all these extra lock tile passives coming into play. And remember, locking tiles makes it hard for your opponent to do stuff. It's going to be annoying for them to get to move tiles around. Meanwhile, you're benefiting from all the lock tiles. So obviously you can't do matches yourself through lock tiles, but you're gaining AP for removing locks. I think it sounds like it's got maybe a hint of promise. We'll see you when I open up the lab and get a Luna Snow up there enchamped. Won't take too long. Give me time though. Anyways, let's get into it. Deadpool Daily. We got 2 nodes to run today. One against the Lizard, it looks like, and the other one against Juggernaut. Just, going off the little icons here. Lizard. Okay, he's 535. He's not cheating. Lizard came into MPQ. Wow. Years back. Not half the amount of time of MPQ ago, but definitely a few years at least. I'm approximating here. It was pretty uneventful when he came on out. He came in with a couple of interesting abilities. His green is a team hitter that is easily forgettable. It does more damage if there's more blue out there, and less damage if there is a certain amount of red or more out there. Really dependent on the makeup of the blue and red tiles on the board. I would always put that at 3 personally. His other 2 abilities are more noteworthy. He has his tail whip at his black, which does a stun, can do some damage, but also has a passive where if he's going to take X amount of damage or more, he creates a tail whip tile, basically mitigating the damage he would have lost, and then healing as that countdown that was created goes down to 0. He's regenerating his tail. He lost his tail. Oh no. But when he loses his tail, you can't lose it again until it's back. You get the point, right? And it's a pretty cheap black stun. I think it was 7, if I remember correctly. Wait, there's more. His purple, our complex, 7 purple, puts out 4 repeaters on the bottom row that every turn they fortify themselves and raise up a row. If they get to the top, which is going to take 7 turns at least, if not more because they can fall like normal tiles, but if they get to the top, they destroy themselves, causing a bunch of damage to the opponent, and that's it. But the more important part is that they self-fortify, so they stay alive a lot longer than most repeaters ever would, and they can be making matches on their way up, losing their fortification, of course, but you're gaining AP because they're raising themselves. It's like free stuff going on. Really good ability, especially when you mix him with Shuri, because, she likes fortified tiles and reducing the cost of things. So imagine that our complex is 4 purple, the tail whip is 4 black. He's definitely a friend of hers in MPQ. Anyways, is he going to be hard to fight by himself? Probably not. The Art Complex can be trouble for making free AP for him. The tail whip will be annoying for the stun, but he doesn't really have a nuke. The green is annoying, but it's never that strong. So I think we got this. Let's see who we get to fight against him with. We're going to use Doc Ock, the No Way Home version of Doc Ock. Doc Ock came into the game, I want to say before Lizard? Could be off on that. It wasn't too different in timing, I don't think. You can picture the math meme going around me here. But yeah, when he came into this game, he definitely came in with a new set of abilities that we haven't seen before, and actually to this date we haven't seen too many people play with that. The new 4-star octopus, she uses tentacles as well, just like he does, but not to the same effect. She's more of a damage dealer, and even then, at the end of the day, I think I'd rather take this Doc Ock out for a ride, and here's why. Let's take a look at his abilities. I'm going to remove the support because I don't think we're going to need it. Support details on equip. Okay, so this Doc Ock is a big support character, meaning obviously he's not your tank, he's not your damage, he's not your cannon, he's not your whatever you want to call them. He's just there to support the team. Let's start with a mind of their own. That's kind of a big deal here. You know what? I said it wrong. I apologize. There it is. Call to arms. That's the one I wanted. Okay, the passive at the bottom there. There's 2 paragraphs that run together. I didn't make this. Don't blame me. Whenever you make a black, blue, or yellow match, create a tentacle tile in that color. At the start of the turn, remove all enemy special tiles in colors shared with friendly tentacle tiles. So make a black, a blue, or a yellow match. And now you have a tentacle tile of that color out on the board. Let's say you make a black one, right? At the start of every turn, as long as you have a black tentacle out there, all enemy specials that are black are instantly removed. Not destroyed, removed. That's an important distinction if you don't realize, because destroyed means you would trigger things like Beta Ray Bill, where he'd get free AP for blue and free blue and green AP for protects that are removed, right? He doesn't trigger that because he just removes them. Now multiply this for the other colors. Let's say you have a blue tentacle, a yellow tentacle, a black tentacle, right? Those 3 colors of special tiles are removed. Gone. Easy peasy. Just because he said so at the start of the turn. Now this, you might think to yourself, if this is your first time seeing them, that's all? That's only 3 of the colors out there, Pi. Like, what else are you going to do with that? Well, let's go to the mind of their own. The passive states at the start of the turn, if a friendly tentacle tile shares a color with another, one of them will remake itself onto an adjacent basic tile that does not share a color with other friendly tentacles. So it basically is going to go and move itself to another tile. Like, say you make a black one and you already have a black out there, right? That black one will move to a color, that tile of tentacle you don't have yet. Just adjacent though. So it's not going to hop across the screen, but you know, maybe there's a green tile next to it and you don't have a green tentacle yet. It'll move right to it and get it sorted out. You'll have now a green tentacle, and hence green specials can be removed. If you get all 6 of them out there, all 6 colors, you control the board. There will be no enemy specials out there in any of the colors as long as you have anything to say about it. Oh yeah, and also if it does that, you would deal a little bit of damage. A little tiny nuke, but it's something, right? And then there's finally the active abilities he has along with these. I mean, that's enough right there. Those are just his passive, and that's everything you need to know. But let's be fair, he's got a little bit more up his sleeves. A Mind of Their Own has an active for 6 blue, which is a really good reason to use him. It's just a tile swap. You basically just swap a pair of basic or enemy strike, protect, or attack tiles to swap them and convert them to tentacle tiles. But more importantly, it's a tile swap, because maybe you need some red AP for someone you're teaming with. Maybe you need some black AP, whatever. You can get that AP real nice and easy. Maybe you just need to make a tentacle tile really quick and easy. Maybe the enemy put out a bunch of greens or yellow specials and you don't have those tentacles. You can make them now for 6 blue. Pretty simple. On top of that level of support, there's his yellow, the Unbounded Potential. I put it at 4, but you know, it's just a 1 less AP that you gain with this ability, but you can put it at 5 if you want. I wouldn't blame you. For 7 yellow, choose a non-yellow tile, so you can't do yellow on yellow for this. Gain 4 AP in that tile's color, restore health, grant a burst of health to your allies, and if there's a friendly tentacle in that color, you get an extra 2, so gain 6 AP in the color you chose, not in yellow, if there's a tentacle in that. What does 6 AP do again? 6 blue lets you do a free swap. Just a reminder, have a blue tentacle, have enough yellow, free swap. That's pretty darn strong, actually. There's a lot of potential there for doing some fun stuff. Then his black has an active ability. I mean, it's okay, but I wouldn't use it that often. Unless you have a backup plan, some sort of plan going on with this, I wouldn't use it that often. For 9 black, basically you shuffle the board and you deal an amount of damage to the enemy team for each color of friendly tentacle tile on the board. Then you remove all your friendly tentacles. So you get to start over again on your tentacle support stuff going on, right? The damage only goes up to 6 times that number because there's only 6 colors on the board. So in this case, just looking at my screen right here, you're looking at a little under 12,000 damage. Team damage, mind you, but you lose all your tentacles. So you're going to spend 9 black, lose your tentacles for 12,000 damage at best. That's assuming you have all 6 colors out there. Nah. I would only use it if you see a real good reason to use it. Maybe you're going to down an opponent who's been annoying. You know, maybe you're going to gain some sort of bonus by doing this. Maybe you have enough AP left over after firing the 9 blue. Like maybe you have enough blue left over to do some tile swaps and make new tentacles. That's a reason. But if you don't have these things set and ready, I wouldn't use this that often. That said, that's who Doc Ock is, the No Way Home version, 4-star. Definitely a really good support character. If you need someone to help you hold down the fort while your other 2 characters do damage and stuns and whatever else, he's your guy. You can definitely hold it down. Now, unfortunately, we have to use him in a one-on-one fight against Lizard, but Lizard's kind of a support guy too. I think we have this. So let's take a deep breath, go into the options, turn on the character effects because it's a one-on-one fight and that's how this channel rolls. And let's get into it. Doc Ock versus Lizard. Go. Let's see. We want blue, yellow, and black matches. Remember, that's how we're going to get our tentacles out there. And we have active powers in all 3 of them, so it's good in many ways. So already I don't see a black match, I don't see a yellow match, I don't see a blue match. So, and we definitely want to prioritize black matches if we can because his black is tail whip and that's a stun. So we don't want that at all. But I don't see any of that. So let's just get rid of this purple because this purple makes our complex and our complex is actually pretty good. See, I'm not going to match this green up here, even if it takes away his green option, because that would leave him with a black match, and I don't want him tail whipping, you know, for the last time. No, don't want that. But there is that blue down there. I think I'll take that just for the blue and the team up match. There we go. I guess I'll take the blue. We'll take the green into blue combo. So now we have enough blue to do a swap. So he did a chunk of damage to us, but we're still winning the fight. It's quite okay. And there's his tail whip. We did some damage to him with the tentacles moving and changing. So his tail whip came into play. So he's going to get a little bit of health restore each turn. It's not a lot, but it's something. But he can't use his tail whip as an active stun while this is out there. So you kind of got to get used to that being out there when you're fighting him one-on-one, because if you're playing Doc Ock right, your tentacles should be moving, shaking, etc. Let's do this. We'll create that. So now we have a black tentacle out there and another blue. That blue is going to move next turn. So he did the damage to him. He creates his tail whip again. He doesn't have a ton of options to keep doing that, but we're going to make another black one. So now we can get that. Oh, nope, never mind. We just accidentally destroyed it with a match 4. So we have a black, a purple, a yellow, a red, a blue tentacle out there. We don't have a green yet, but we'll get there. Well, we know how we're going to kill him, right? We got this already. We already stated earlier that 9 black with 6 different color tentacles is 12,000 damage. We're 5 tentacles in, just one more, and we can insta-kill him, right? So let's use our abilities and get this done. Let's do a yellow to create some... some blue AP, because we have a blue tentacle. So now we have plenty of blue. We can use the blue to make a green tentacle. We'll swap this green and I don't know what. This purple over here, right? We're not trying to make a match, we're trying to make tentacles. Okay, so we have two purple ones now, but we have a green, red, a blue, a yellow, a black. Okay, we got one of each color, so we have maximum output. We did his yellow power, we did his blue power. Now let's see everything come to full circle. Call to arms. I forgot about the fact that he could do that, and that's okay. He's almost dead as it is. But do you see what he did here? This picture's not in the screen. That's kind of funny. Sheds his tail in dire circumstances when Lizard would take more than, that much damage. Reduce that damage by 329. Create a two-turn countdown that restores health. Where is his remove damage thing? Huh. Why did he not take the full damage? Oh. My black is at level 4, not level 5. So it wasn't going to do all the damage that we promised earlier. My bad. It's okay. I like my 454 Doc Ock. I don't rely on him for damage as it is, so that makes more sense. Okay. It's going to drive me crazy there. Like, why didn't it do all the damage we pointed to? But we get it. We want to do this swap over here. We're going to swap that yellow with this black, because we're going to make a match 5. And it gets rid of his tail whip tile, but he's just going to recreate it, right? And we'll use this crit right here. We're getting there. Do I just make the yellow again? You know what? No, I make the blue again. We'll make another blue tentacle, and now we have enough to do a swap. Let's go with... I mean, I could make them... No, I can't do that. This is kind of silly. Let's make this red with yellow, so we'll make a match 5. I know red isn't his color, but we get to make a crit tile, right? And that crit tile can be used just like this to finish him off. There we go. Fun times, right? Doc Ock is not a powerhouse. He's not meant to go and bruise his way to victory, but you can definitely control the board, tile swap away, create AP. You can make your openings as you see fit. So now that Lizard's done, let's get into Juggernaut. He needs no introduction. We've talked about him 1,003 times, and if you played Marvel Puzzle Quest enough, you know this guy. His green is a big board shake. 6 green gets you 16 tiles destroyed. That's a good return on investment. His red is just a straight up nuke, really strong nuke for 6 red, but it also hurts himself more. It's a ridiculous cost to do it. But hey, if you just need to finish the fight, do it. Note that he doesn't lose his own health if you kill the enemy with that move. If the fight is over, I'm saying, he doesn't lose the health. So last opponent standing, use his red to finish him off. You don't lose the health. And finally, the black is, what was it? Your Puny Toys, if I remember correctly, it's called. It's a much newer ability. Only came out last year because of Ascension. It has an expensive cost, if I remember correctly. It was like 11 black, I think. Anyways, you get to target a bunch of enemy tiles and you destroy them, which can trigger a lot of abilities, mind you. And you do damage per thing destroyed, like a bunch of damage. But it's only good in certain situations. If there's no special tiles out there, if there's no one's running a Polaris, a Rocket, a Beta Ray Bill, people that make special tiles, then not really going to do much. It's okay. Because of that, because it's only situational, I put his black at 3, personally. Anyway, let's get into it. We already know how Doc Ock runs. We know that Juggernaut is actually a powerhouse threat. He could kill us. The fact that his green is a board shake, he could get rid of our tentacles really easily, and since he doesn't make specials, our tentacles don't really do much. We don't have to worry. He doesn't worry about board control, and that's all this character Doc Ock does. So I think this is one of those times I'm going to change my build. Put that black up, yellow down. I'm going to keep the blue how it is because I do like the fact that passive damage for when the tentacles move. We want that passive damage to go up as much as possible. Okay, let's give him a heal and let's go. We need yellow, blue, and black matches. Black being one of the colors that Jugs shares with us. So let's get the black before he does. Like right here. And just to make sure we're correct on what we were saying earlier, European choice. Oh, it costs 10. I thought it was 11. My bad. Destroys all strike and protect tiles. Destroy tiles deal. There it is. 1,080% increased damage. Yikes! That's actually a lot. But anyways, you get the point. We don't make any strike or protect, so we're kind of safe. We still want the black. We don't want him to get it, right? Not that he's going to do anything with it. We just want it ourselves. We need more black and yellow matches so our tentacles could do passive damage. Well, shoot. I guess I'll take this and make another black one. I almost took that blue. Take this right here. I was hoping for that yellow to fall. So we have a yellow tentacle that's going to replace itself out there. There's some passive damage. We'll do it again. Let's make another yellow tentacle. Oh, see how I didn't make a new one? Because if you look adjacent to it, we already have a green tentacle on the board. We already have a blue tentacle on the board. We already have a black tentacle on the board. And team-ups can't become tentacles. Any one of those adjacent moves for those yellow tentacles out there wouldn't have given it a new color. So they didn't move, hence they didn't do the damage, and they didn't make a new tentacle. We have 2 yellows until that situation changes. Here comes the headbutt. That's a lot of damage. But he also hurt himself for a lot too. He actually hurt himself for less than I remember. It's all good. We have a blue, a black, a red, a green, a yellow. We just need a purple. So since our tentacles aren't doing any service for us whatsoever, they're just existing to exist, right? I'm going to do this. We're going to do a blue. We're going to swap this purple with this green. Okay? We want the tentacle. So now we have one of each color, right? Let's use this yellow on blue so that way we can make more tile swap fuel. Okay? I could have used it on black to do it immediately, but I'm not worried about that. Because I could just do this. Make a black match. It's going to make another black tentacle. Okay, we still have all 6 colors out there. So now we have the black AP. Done. There we go. Nice and easy. Worked out pretty well. If it didn't kill him, I had blue ready to swap 2 tiles to make more tentacles and try to, you know, whittle him down more that way. I could have swapped a blue and a blue, made 2 blue tentacles, make sure they don't match anything, which they wouldn't, right? And then one of the blues would have swapped a tile on the next turn and done that passive damage again. So even though he's not a tank, he's not a cannon of any sort, you can do damage with him. Supports can definitely get the job done. You just kind of need to flex those brain muscles a little bit. No big deal. And that's our Crash the Titans this week for 4-star Doc Ock from No Way Home. Easy peasy, I think. But I am definitely looking forward to running some Luna Snow, Quicksilver, 5-star Jubilee teams when I get Luna Snow maxed out. Not max like, you know, 370 plus, but more along the points of just champed. It's just for the curiosity. It's for the lab work. If you've watched this channel enough, you know that I like playing with these different builds. So thank you very much for tuning in. I will see you guys really soon. I hope you guys had a great holiday weekend so far. I know I have. And we'll see you guys, like I said, soon for probably a poll session before we know it, right? Okay, later everybody.